Is that special rates?
They had special rates, yeah. That's what BDC, what Bedford Drivers Club.
We couldn't find digs for 1 and 6, but we had a better night than most of the participants who slept in tents or in their vehicles.
7:30 a.m. and that's the first of the convoy set off on its merry way across the Pennines. Only another 290 more to go now, but I'm not going to hang around here. I'm going to take part in this amazing extravaganza. Where's my friend Bill and the Bedford Scamell? Morning. Morning, George.
Call them nutters, eccentrics or what you will. This is an event for the enthusiast. Starting on the famous East Lancs Road, it tends to stick to the major highways. Now you might think it's all very easy, but there's a lot of skill in driving these old-timers, so you've got to know what you're doing.
The idea with these old vehicles is to try and jump traffic lights. If you can. Then you're not having to set off from a standing start.
Trundling through Todmorden, the convoy then took to the hills. At Hebden Bridge, which calls itself the centre of the Pennines, there was a goodly turnout to observe the proceedings. I left Bill and his Bedford to his own devices and thought it was time to hop on a bus. The question was, which one? This 1955 ex-Leeds City Transport Leyland Titan looked like the one for me.
Enjoying it?
Yes, very much indeed.
You've come all the way, have you?
Yes, all the way from Manchester to Harrogate. It's a 71-mile run.
Have you paid your fare?
Oh, we're all friends. We sort it out between us.
I got my bus pass.
You got your bus pass? You've handed over the driving bomb.
Yeah. At the moment, it gets a bit tight in there. A bit warm and a bit tight.
I mean, what's it like to drive, okay?
It's very nice, yes, very pleasant. A bit bumpy, but I mean, obviously it's only meant from going from one stop to another, but okay, I've no complaints.
This is the life. In a moment I'll tell you why. The most famous fish and chip shop in the world is one of the unofficial stopping points on this year's Trans-Pennine Run. But everything's pretty unofficial about this event. There are no time cards, no time schedule, very easy route instructions and no penalties. In fact, all they've got to do is get there.
Suitably nourished, we all set forth, providing everyone could find their way out of the chip shop car park on the final leg over the hills towards Harrogate. Although the event keeps off the steepest mountain roads, one or two look to be running out of puff as the day wore on. It's 60 years since this machine first took to the road, but here's a relative youngster. Mr. Sibley's Albion started life in 1937 and is still going strong.
We've done 150,000 in it, but it started with ICI in Billingham in 1937, running cement out. They had 3 lorries, and then they commandeered 2 in the war and left them with this one. So I expect it worked day and night then. And after that, it worked for part of the Leyland Group.
Now, I mean, this is actually real coal on the back, is it?
That's right, yeah.
When are you going to deliver that?
When I get back home, probably take me most of tomorrow to get back home, and then it'll be delivered after that. We bought it 25 years ago, and we bought it so we could use it for business and go to rallies, and we're still using it.
So it's paid for itself, has it?
I should hope so, yeah.
The last thing you expect to find in a field in Harrogate is a London bus, but here on this event there are 3 of them, and just as in real life, they all arrive together. John, this is a fine machine, a lot of work gone into it?
Yes, 14 years.
You've been working on it for 14 years?
Yes, 14 years, hard, solid slog. Well, when I bought it, it was very run down. I rebuilt the engine, put some new bearings in, pistons, re-rung the pistons. It's had a different gearbox. We've rebuilt all the bodywork. It's had new panelling on, new window frames, and as you can see, a nice coat of paint.
2 years ago, Top Gear followed the Southport-Blackpool bus rally, where one of the stars of the show was William Hunter's Bedford OB, beautifully restored by Norman Wade.
Have you had to do much to it since we last saw you?
No, nothing. We do nothing to it. Well, it's checked, you know, but only petrol and oil, that's all, and very little oil, actually. It's been about 2,000 miles since we saw it last, so it's just about run in now.
The Bedford OB, Mr. Hunter from Tarleton. Mr. Wade is accepting the
I must say, the enthusiasm of everyone was quite infectious. I couldn't believe how hard everyone worked, and they called this a hobby.
It's a very acceptable hobby too. It's well, it's credit to the coach, not to me, you know, basically. I mean, although we don't put a lot of oil in the coach, you know, we have to burn a bit of midnight oil to get it here in this condition.
Well, 90% of the vehicles have made it uphill and down Dale here to Harrogate. Now, if you ask all the drivers here, they'll say that the joy is having taken part, but there has to be a winner, and this is it. The best turned out vehicle is John Ward's splendid 1947 Foden timber tractor, Big John.
You know, I said I wanted a Lamborghini Diablo. Well, I've changed my... Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just writing a letter to Santa, okay? Well, I've changed my mind. What I'd really like now is a Ferrari 348 GTB. I shall be a good boy, I promise. Jeremy. That, I'm afraid, is the end of the series. We're back again in February. But on December the 27th, there's Reverse Gear, motoring highlights from 1991. And on January the 2nd, there'll be a look back at this year's Lombard RAC Rally.